In the third and final section of this video, we will overview the maintenance and care requirements to help assure that the Pacer PV provides you years of dependable service. Let's start by spending some time looking over the components of the Pacer PB, how they go together, and the standard tools. First, let's look at the body of the vacuum. The machine has three distinct components. The top portion houses the exhaust filter. The two locking straps will release the cover. Note that the exhaust opening faces away from your back. This is for your safety and comfort. The center section houses the vacuum motor and control motherboard. We recommend that only a trained NSS authorized service technician perform any service on these components. The bottom section of the Pacer PB is the bagless debris canister. You will notice that there are two intake ports, one for left-handed users and one for right-handed users. This is where the vacuum hose gets inserted. Inside the debris canister, you will find the primary filter and the filter cup. We will cover these in detail when we talk about taking care of your equipment. The harness for the Pacer PB is very similar to a hiker's backpack harness. It is generously padded and has numerous adjustments to comfortably fit a wide range of body sizes. We'll cover proper adjustment later in this video. The handle on the Pacer PB's hose incorporates the instant trigger. The trigger activates the vacuum motor to apply power when you need it. Standard is a hard floor carpet tool, round brush, and crevice tool. The wand is expandable. In this section, we will cover the basics of operating the Pacer PB. The Pacer PB is a battery-powered pack vac designed to spot vacuum up to 30,000 square feet per hour. Because it is cordless, you can move faster without worrying about where the cord is and how much you have left. Simply walk through the area to be cleaned, as you always have. When you see debris or visible dirt, apply pressure to the trigger long enough to clean the area. Once the dirt and debris has been removed, release the trigger and continue on your way. Pay extra attention to the high traffic areas, entries, and other areas where the floor transitions from one surface to another. Besides daily vacuuming tasks, another advantage of a cordless design is that it can be used in stairwells and other areas where electrical outlets are scarce. It can also be used safely in occupied areas without concern for trip-fall accidents. Before you operate the Pacer PB, a proper fit and adjustment is essential for comfortable use. The first thing you want to do is to check to see if the batteries are in the battery pouches. If they are, remove them, as this will make it easier to put the Pacer on and make the harness adjustments. The harness for the Pacer PB is very similar to a hiker's backpack harness. Let's look at the 4 points of adjustment and how they work. The first point of adjustment determines the overall length of the harness. By adjusting the position of the shoulder straps, the harness can be adapted for tall or short body types. If you are a fairly tall person, say 6 feet or even taller, you will want to lengthen the harness, adjusting it to the uppermost position. If you are less than 6 feet tall, you'll want to use the lower position. The lowest position is for people close to 5 feet. Here's how to make the adjustment. Pull on the top strap and you will see the companion strap below. Loosen it and you will see the harness has several mounting tabs. If you put the straps in the topmost tabs, it will maximize the length or the total height of the harness. Put the straps through the lower tabs to shorten the harness. Adjusting the harness is an individual thing, but you want to have it positioned comfortably so that the base of the machine fits comfortably on your hips. There are 3 other places for adjustments to the harness. You can adjust the waist strap by pulling these 2 ends. The shoulder straps by pulling here, and the chest strap by pulling these ends. It is good to start with the machine on a table. That way you're not lifting the machine and putting it on at the same time. If you are right-handed, the hose should be inserted into the right port and the rubber plug into the left. If you're left-handed, the hose and the plug should be reversed. Be sure the hose is between the harness and machine as shown here. Now, to put the machine on, insert your arms through the shoulder straps. Grasp the straps and pull it on. Insert one end of the waist belt clip into the other, like you do with a car seat belt, and adjust the belt so that it's a little loose. Now, bend at the waist and position the pacer in the center of your back. Pull the ends of the waist strap until it's tight around your waist, but above your hips. It should feel snug around your waist to ensure proper fit. Stand up straight. The waist belt is adjusted properly when you stand up and the vacuum doesn't slip. Test the fit to make sure the belt is around your waist and the weight of the machine rests comfortably on your hips. Next, you want to adjust the shoulder straps. Pull down on the straps until they are somewhat loose. You want it tight enough so that the machine doesn't flop around, but too tight an adjustment on the shoulder straps will cause the weight of the Pacer PB to be carried on your shoulders and not your hips. Finally, snap together the chest straps. Pull on the chest strap ends until it feels comfortable across your chest. Also note that these adjust up and down. You'll need to determine where this strap is most comfortable. Once you have the Pacer PB on and comfortably adjusted, place one battery pack in each pouch located on your waist belt. Now you need to connect the batteries to the battery cables. Using the color-coded connectors, line the battery connectors and the battery cables up, red to red, white to white, and black to black. Once they're lined up, push them together until you hear the click. Now tuck the extra cable into the pouches to keep them out of your way and fasten the flaps over the batteries. You can make one more adjustment for your comfort. You can slide the battery pouches along your waist belt so they rest comfortably and out of your way. Keep them generally to the front to counterbalance the machine and to keep them out of the way of your arms and hands. We're almost ready to go. Reach behind your head and take the trigger handle and hose down from behind the shoulder harness. Attach the tool to the wand and then the wand to the trigger handle. Now you're ready to vacuum. Most of the time you will probably use the carpet hard floor tool. If you want to take other tools with you, the round brush and crevice tool are easily carried in the loops on the waist belt. When you spot vacuum with the Pacer PB, you will get about 2 hours of runtime from a set of fully charged batteries. Spot vacuuming means you will vacuum major traffic areas and noticeable dirt and debris, not continuously vacuuming to cover every square foot of carpet. Unlike a cord electric vacuum, you will be using the instant trigger switch a lot. To maximize battery runtime, you only have the vacuum motor running when you're actually collecting debris. When you are walking and looking for visible dirt and debris, the vacuum motor will be off. The Pacer PB's trigger requires very little pressure to activate. We recommend that you hold the wand with your hand at the curve and use your pinky finger to activate the trigger. This gives you good control and balance. Don't worry, releasing the trigger and only applying power when it's needed will come naturally after just a few minutes. You'll notice that after you release the trigger, the vacuum motor will continue to run for a second or two. The vac motor continues to run to make sure that hose and wand are cleared of dirt and debris. After an hour or two, you may want to make harness adjustments to change the way the machine fits you. If you want, cinch up the shoulder straps a bit to put some of the machine weight onto your shoulders. Do this for 15 or 20 minutes, then loosen them again to put the weight fully back onto your hips. The Pacer PB will stop operating when the batteries are discharged. When this occurs, open the battery pockets, carefully disconnect the batteries, and connect them to the charger. If you need to keep vacuuming, place the other set of batteries into the harness pockets, attach the connectors, and continue on with your work. When working in a large facility, at the beginning of your shift, you may want to stage the extra set of batteries in a convenient location to avoid having to return to the equipment storage area. When you are done vacuuming your assigned area, disconnect the wand at the trigger handle. Take the hose and trigger handle and carefully swing it over your head and seat it between the exhaust section and the harness. Now it is out of your way so you can easily remove the harness. Before you start to take off the machine, open each battery pouch on the waist belt and disconnect the battery while holding the terminal clips. Please don't disconnect the battery by pulling on the cables. You can loosen or damage the connections. Always hold the plastic terminals to disconnect the batteries from the harness. Now you can remove the battery and put it in position for recharging. Do the same thing for the other battery. To remove the harness quickly and safely, back up to a table. Unclip the harness straps at the chest and waist and remove your arms from the harness as you step away from the machine. Rest the machine on the table. If you don't have a table, remove one arm from the shoulder strap and grab hold of the harness handle loop. Now you're free to remove the other arm and lower the unit onto the floor. In this, the final section of the video, we will explain and show the service required to maintain your Pacer PB for years of dependable service. Depending on how your Pacer PB was ordered, it came with 1 or 2 sets of batteries. You should always recharge your batteries after each use of the machine. Fully charged batteries assure the longest run times. Let's look at the process to recharge the batteries. First, make sure that the charger is plugged into an appropriate outlet and that the charger cables are not tangled and are free of obstructions. As we mentioned in the beginning of the video, you should read and understand all the safety recommendations given in the operator's manual. This is especially true when you are working with batteries and a battery charger. On the front of the charger, where the cables are, you will see 4 LED bulbs. On the side of the charger with the nameplate, it explains what the colors mean when these bulbs are lit. When the charger is plugged in and turned on, some of the LEDs will light. If the LEDs are red, the batteries are charging. When the lights are green, the batteries are fully charged. If the bulbs are yellow, these batteries are in standby and will be charged after the other pair is fully charged. The fan always runs whenever the charger is turned on. To charge the batteries, simply connect them in the same color-coded method we used to connect them to the Pacer PB cables. Remember, red to red, black to black, and white to white. Listen for the click to make sure they are connected. This is a good time to inspect the battery cables, the battery connectors, and the charger cables for any damage or loose connections. This should be part of your daily maintenance. Now that the batteries are set, you will want to dump the debris you vacuumed up earlier. First, remove the hose. On each side of the debris canister are locking latches. Simply lift at the bottom ends and they will flip up. Grab the exhaust port on the top of the Pacer and lift it to separate the debris canister from the rest of the machine. Take the complete debris canister with filter inside to a trash container or dumpster. Take the filter out of the canister and carefully dump the debris into the container. Be careful not to throw the debris in because you will create some dust, and that's more for you to clean up. Next, separate the primary filter and the filter cup. Lower them into the trash container and gently tap them to knock the dirt off. This is a good time to inspect the filter and the filter cup for damage, wear, or clogging. If you notice that one of them is damaged, you should replace it. When you're done, replace the filter into the filter cup and place them into the debris canister. Reattach it back onto the Pacer PB. Secure the latches, and now you're done. Daily maintenance and care requirements. Recharge batteries, check wires and connectors. Empty debris canister. Inspect filters for clogging or damage. Every week, we suggest that you give your Pacer PB a thorough inspection. Check both the exhaust and primary filters. Make sure your harness is in good condition, with no tears or broken strap clips. Check the hose and wand for clogs, and inspect the cable connectors for damage or broken ends. At NSS, we recommend that you replace the primary filter in the debris canister at least every 6 months. You should also check and replace the exhaust filter if needed. If the exhaust filter does not need replacing at 6 months, we recommend you change it then after 12. Weekly maintenance and care requirements. Check all filters. Inspect harness. Check wires and connectors. Primary filter, replace as needed or at least every 6 months. Exhaust filter, replace every 6 to 12 months. Batteries wear out over time. The batteries should be replaced when you notice that the runtime has diminished notably. Nickel metal hydride batteries must be disposed of properly. For non-routine maintenance or service for your Pacer PB, call your local NSS distributor or authorized service center. In this use and care video, we have covered the components of the Pacer PB, its proper operation, and some of the applications where you can use it. We have also given you some recommendations for correct maintenance procedures that will give you many years of dependable service. The material in this video is an overview. Make sure you read and understand the Pacer PB's operator's manual, especially all the safety precautions. The manual will not only help you use the Pacer PB properly, but also safely. Thank you for choosing the NSS Pacer PB PackVac Vacuum.